Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Flat Top Noob. Hey, look, we're going to convert this 22-inch Adventure Ready with an electronic igniter. I'm going to show you why these suck. I have done so many of these conversions, and I'm going to show you the main reason why they suck really bad. It's not really actually the igniter itself. It's inside of here. So we're going to grab this camera, I'm going to show you, and then we're going to actually convert this over to the tick, 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 tick electronic start. So let's get the camera over here, twist this around, and let's giddy up. Here's your igniters, right? So when you flip this, whoops, when you flip this, it's supposed to get a spark off of here. But I don't know if you can tell, but look how far away these are from the actual burners. If I do this, okay, but squeeze, I'm sure you can't see the spark now, but what's happening is there's a plate right here that needs to actually be farther this way than up that way. So what we're going to actually do is right here, we're actually going to put an electronic igniter. This is going to go on the inside. So let's get this thing taken apart. We'll drill us a little step hole here and then replace it with this. We're actually going to have to bend these a little bit to actually fit, but that's all right. What I'm going to do first is is just take the knobs off like so. We've got the 2 screws in here, and this plate here will pop off. Maybe. All right. Now let's flip over the Blackstone. All right, so there's 2 screws here and 2 screws on the other side. So let's get those taken off and then set the base aside. All right, so this should, no, I say should, but I've got a problem with this over here. Okay. That, all right, there we go. Now that that's off, probably didn't get that on camera, but it's all right. Okay, I'm going to line this up as close as I can to that center. I'll pull it back. Now what we're going to do, it's about right there because I keep walking it now. So I got a step drill, right? Or step bit. Well, right here is where I'm going with it. So spin it. We got one more step to go. Now you probably can't see it. All right. No good. Not what I was supposed to do, but now what we're going to do is, that happens, there. Now I know it's got that little thing on there. I ain't worried about that. What I'm worried about is this going, ow, that got hot. Find me a wrench. Look at the battery, see if it ticks. Yep, click, click, click. So now what we need to do is actually kind of flip this over. You get these igniters out. So there's 2 screws on both sides. Set that there. Okay. So the one thing I don't like about these new ones here is these things don't pull out. You actually have to either cut them or something. So I'm actually going to cut them and then push these rubber grommets right over the cut part, and we ain't got to use them no more. All right, I got my snips. So like I said before, this little cover here, I want to cut it about right there so it covers it up still. All right. So what I'm going to do is snip it there. Now I can just cover these up and it'll be all right. So what we're going to do next is actually take and find these figure out how we need to. All right, so you see how this one is pointing straight up? We're actually going to bend it to where it's like so, right? So how we're going to do that, and I've done this a few times, is we're going to take these pliers, right? So we need to go to your right. If I take the new igniter, see how it's pointing straight up? We need to point that way. So what I've had to do in the past on these is straighten it up first. I had to think about how I did that. So I straighten it up, right? Now I need to go this way. So now I can bend it that way. And then we'll put it inside of there and see how it is. Sometimes you gotta adjust it, right? So That's almost perfect. So what we're going to do is actually throw the screw in there. All right. So you can readjust them. So we're going to do the same for the other one, and we'll be right back. So now that we have the actual igniter together on, and then we have the igniters into the actual unit, we're going to go ahead and install this first before we put it completely back together, right? It's going to be a lot easier to do so. Doing it this way. Now that those are on, we can go ahead and put the knobs back on. Now with that being said though, you're still gonna get the click, right? You're still gonna get the click. But you don't want to take this assembly apart, because if you do, then you don't have this stop for the high. It's gonna keep on going all the way up until it turns off. So you don't want to take this assembly off. I know a lot of people are gonna want to do that, but you're kind of handcuffing yourself when you do so. All right, so now what we're going to do is actually start putting this thing back together, right? So with that being said, we got the short one on this side, we got the long one on this side. I goofed up and put the short one over there and the long one over here. So we had to take a small little break. But I know there's 4 on here. They actually make the ones with the 2, but it was late at night and I wasn't paying attention. Not a big deal. Now what we're going to do is pop these in place. You snap and you make some noises. Now we will have to adjust the igniters after we get this done, but what we're going to need to do, I'm going to bring you over to the side so you can see a little bit better. I don't know. Well, I wish I had a cameraman. All right. So make sure these wires are up, out of the way. We can adjust those after we get this thing put together. So basically what we're going to try to do is line it up with the burners. Get one started. I can adjust as we go. All right, so now we're going to open this up. All the wires are all good to go. Everything's where they're supposed to be at. So here's the next thing, the next step. So you see how now they're kind of touching? We're just going to readjust, bend, readjust, bend. What I'm trying to do is get a spark. Now the sun's out, so I don't know how much we can see that, especially on film. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab a canister here, see if it fires up. All right. They're already going. I know you can't see it, but they're already going. They be flying and flaming. Yepers. And that is how you do it. That's one way to actually mod this to an electronic start. It's not that painful. I just don't like that thing there. I fight with them and fight with them and fight with them. This kit for this igniter was like $18. That was a 4. Like I said, I made a mistake, bought the 4, I normally buy the 2, but you can adjust these igniters if you do it the right way without them breaking. But I hope this was either entertaining, informational. If you guys want to do that, it's really that simple. So step drill or step bit and that igniter kit and just readjust what you need to readjust. So anyway, let me know down in the comments if you guys have done this, plan on doing this, or didn't even think about it until you saw this video and got an aha moment. So anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm bye. It's Mother's Day. We got potatoes to cook. So let's get you up.